currently experiencing some of the worst flooding it's had in years after the government's been experimenting with cloud seeding to create artificial rain, which as you can tell has gotten out of hand. And while some people in Dubai have been enjoying the rain, for most people the flood and storm have gotten so intense that it's starting to break through the roof of most buildings, leaving massive amounts of people stranded in the roadway. And for those that are trying to get away, a lot of them are flooding their engines, leaving their cars stuck and broken in the middle of the road. Unless you've got a Tesla, then apparently that thing is a submarine. And it's gotten so bad that in the last 12 hours, Dubai's gotten more rain than they typically get in an entire year. Government officials in Dubai have told people to stay home and stay safe, but as you can tell, Dubai's infrastructure was just not built for this amount of rain. And sadly, it seems like the worst is yet to come, with a second storm coming and adding to the current one. This is today at 3 p.m. It should be bright outside, but as you can tell, the cloud cover is so thick that it seems like it's night. Now, how much of this is cloud seeding versus natural Mother Nature just taking its course, we don't know exactly, but I think it goes to show that you just do not want to mess with Mother Nature, because if you do, things can get out of hand very fast. But that's my opinion. What do y'all think?
Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Yahweh being true name Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. We have double honors for apostles and elders, great millstone, touch the truth and will well, and sight this is Jehovah, like business truth and honesty, sincerity. Spirit Yahweh, you know this in spirit power, Yahweh Yahushai, you know the update, end times, and events. As you can see here in Dubai, it got hit with a big massive plague of flooding. Now, the plagues are prophesied to hit the earth, and even earthquakes in diverse places. But this is one of those plagues that's hidden. And I believe through the spirit that this is something that Esau Edom is behind. It might have gotten out of hand because ultimately, this area in Dubai, has been extremely prosperous and one of the fastest built cities of all time. And they got rich extremely quick off of that liquid gold, which is oil. This is definitely one of Ishmael's blessings, being seen firsthand. Ishmael was prophesied to be a great nation, so cities like this, man, just a product of that. But ultimately, we're in the end times, man. And in the end times, you're going to see end time things taking place. There's been a lot of people trying to take vacations here. It's a highly sought after place to go travel. But also you got to have big money when going there, because the super rich go here with a big income to enjoy the amenities. The world's tallest building is there, and all these things. But ultimately, I don't know the real reason, if there's something that was done that was man-made. My first instinct would go that possibly maybe trying to make money off insurance claims to get super rich behind this shit. Or it could have been them trying to bring extra water to the area, because there's a lot of man-made, quote-unquote, natural land masses. So they built like their own islands over there, and they built their own little lakes around certain buildings over there, and maybe they were just trying to get more water to increase, growth and greenery, and it could have went south. But ultimately, man, the spirit of Yahweh Shai controls everything, every single thing, so seeing that dark cloud is definitely judgment, okay, because cloud seeding, heart weather manipulation is very real, and they've been doing that for decades. So I don't think that they intended for this to be this extent, but this is what happens when you try to play quote-unquote God. Shit gets fucked up, man. And the people over there, everybody living in that area, they're extremely rich, wealthy. And it's not by honest gain. Okay, it's definitely done by means of oppressing the Lord's people. Taking land that doesn't belong to them and things like that. These heathens have been reaping the benefits for too long, but judgment's on the way, and judgment's coming to all nations, not just Esau Edom. Esau Edom, of course, going to get the worst. He's going to get permanently eradicated, but all the rest of you heathen nations, you gotta come in too, man. And also, by the way, it's wicked to create all these gigantic skyscraper structures. You know, and the scriptures talks about how high to build your buildings. It should be more than 2 stories high. So all these skyscrapers, that shit is off, man. And that's that Edomite shit. You know, so I'm gonna get a couple scriptures that go into it, man. And prophesy some of the reasons for these things happening. It's the book of Obadiah 1 and 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground. And so that's talking about Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He's the one that started this whole skyscraper bullshit. His dwelling is high, the cleft of the rock. Okay, he's a caveman, and he likes to dwell in the clefts of Mount Petra, you know, living in the caves that were high up above the ground. You know, and that pride is this deception. So he's created this type of architecture and has spread that to other nations, and they're doing the same thing. You know, so, you know, same thing when you hear about the scriptures talking about the story of the Tower of Babel. You know, they attempted the same stuff, thinking they're going to be one with the Most High and reach the heavens. And the Lord's not with all that, man. He's not with the pride of these heathen becoming extremely prosperous and building up this one of the richest cities in the world. You know, the Lord's not with that, man. So, of course, judgment's going to come. Okay? It's the book of 2 Esdras 13:37. And this, my son, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. So, which their wicked life fall into the tempest. What is a tempest? Okay, you get the definition of that. Let's see what comes up here. Alright, it says a violent and windy storm, which that includes floods. Okay? Now, cloud seeding and weather manipulation has been going on for a long time. There's a movie that came out a couple of years ago called Greenland, and it showed the extreme extents of how far they want to take it in that movie. But it's very real. NASA has a cloud seeding machine that can literally cause it to rain in a place, you know, basically instantly. You can look that up on YouTube. So it looks like they try to play around with some shit like this in the worst place to do it, which is a desert. Deserts are known to be susceptible to extreme flash flood because the ground is hardened from the extreme dry conditions. And when it rains, you know, a lot in a short amount of time, the water can't be absorbed into the sand and through the soil quick enough. So it collects on the surface at an extremely rapid rate. Now, certain parts of the desert, it might not rain for an extended period of time, but when it does, it rains a massive amount and causes flooding. And you add cloud seeding to that, you're going to have extreme flooding going on in the region. That's what's happening in Dubai. Okay, so they're getting what they asked for, man. Because that city just continued to grow. And you have wicked Israelites and people going over there kicking it. But hey, the Lord's not with that, man. Okay? This is the book of Revelation 11:18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So these inventions, weather manipulation, destroys the earth. It's pollution and plastics and, you know, creating vehicles and things that run off fossil fuels while having an alternative that doesn't need fossil fuels just to kick in money and continue using the same shit to pollute the earth. The Lord's going to kill them that destroy the earth and pollute everything, man. The Lord's going to come back and judge these people. Okay? This is Isaiah 14:14 says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. This is the mindset of the heathen in Esau Edom. They want to be like Yahweh. So Yahweh's going to throw down, man. You know? Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones and the kings of the nations. And they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and thy noise of the vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So the pride of these wicked nations' kingdoms are going to be brought down low because they're going to be destroyed. You know, you have people just dead bodies on the ground rotting for the worms because of the destruction the Lord is going to execute. Verse 12, How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. It's the mindset of Esau, Edom, the wicked. He thinks that he's going to be like Yahweh and conquer Yahweh and the chariots and the angels and the elect, the Israelites. In his mind, he thinks he's going to do all these things, but he doesn't know. The Lord knows everything he's thinking because he created this damn devil. Okay, he had a purpose, and he created him to be a purpose to punish the nation of Israel if they go off and be wicked. That punishment has happened and taken place. So now his purpose is expired. Just going to be eradicated from the earth, man. Verse 14 says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So that's what he thinks he's going to be able to do. But what's going to happen? Verse 15, Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. So you're going to be brought to death. Okay? That's your future, as much as you think what you're going to do. Isaiah 28:2, it says, Behold, Yahweh hath a mighty and strong one, which has a tempest of hail and destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand. So it's the Lord's doing when you see these quote-unquote natural disasters taking place. And even if it's manipulated by Esau, Edom, and his technology, the Lord gave him the idea and put that spirit to him to do it, and the knowledge to create something to bring this plague forth. It's still the Lord's doing. Okay? This is the book of Numbers 35 and 33. It says, So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land. So when you murder a bunch of people and genocide and weather manipulation, you created blood that defiled that land. So what needs to happen? It says, And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. So you guys are responsible for the death from playing around with shit like this, trying to play God. Hey, all of your wrongdoings have to be cleansed by the blood of you that shedded all this blood. You gotta pay for it, man. You gotta pay for this tab. Okay? You know, that city should not even exist over there. You got no business having a city in this barren desert area. They create all this man-made lakes and oceans and shit over there. Giant pools of water, trying to purposely make it rain to grow vegetation. Like, niggas is doing too much, man. So the Lord fucked that place up. There's more judgment is gonna come. All these heathen countries, y'all all getting it. Especially when you see that sky crack, that big fathership in the sky that's gonna blow out the sun. You're gonna know what time it is, and you're gonna point and aim and shoot, and to none avail. You know. So hey, we'll keep watch on this thing. But with that, Lord, let's just edify. I'm gonna close out and give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh. By Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, taught the truth of the will. It's like teach the whole flesh, which is truth, not sincerity. Shalom.